Look at what you're doing. Look at what you're doing. This is what you're doing. This is not really appropriate. Like, you're hanging in my car, and this is not an exchange. So this is the day that the mom claimed that I didn't feed the child. We drove 45 minutes to have a picnic at this beautiful park. And I'm asking her, what's the problem? And she's upset that when I bring her back to her mother's house at 6 o'clock, that the mom is going to take her to her sister's boyfriend's parents' house in order for her to watch her overnight so the mother and the sister can go out to the club and celebrate her sister's birthday. This is my issue. If you need someone to watch my daughter, just give my daughter to me.
I'm so happy that he's documented this and that he pans over so that we can watch what she's doing with the child while she is instigating what should be a very easy conversation. The series of videos that I have for you guys here today are simply infuriating, but I find it necessary to go over it, not only because men can learn great lessons from this content, but then also, if there's any ladies out there that are watching this and this is your behavior, understand that you are the problem. Here's the short of it. A woman becomes pregnant, tells guy A for 7 years that he is the father. That turned out not to be the case. DNA test was performed. Father B begins to document the child exchange in the environment that the mother poisons to create. And we have it all here. So let's get active on this one. Without further ado.
So right now you need to worry about Saturdays and getting a job.
I have a job. I just messed those months.
Yeah, I'll make sure that it's working with that too.
Yeah, they will have my information. They will have it.
And by the way, this is supposed to be a visit, only you and Aurora. So that will be another thing the court knows. That they're not supposed to be bringing her along, and him along is only supposed to be, like, if your hands were tied, we established that in court.
Yeah, my hands are tied.
And you asked permission to bring her along if you were to splash down. You've yet to go to splash down. That was the only thing.
Can you not do this in front of the child, please? Because, I mean, we're here for a visit. I didn't start anything. I asked you what your email address was. And I asked you if you received anything from me. And you say you don't know. I know I sent it to you in text message. And it says delivered. Did you receive it? So there's no surprise. It's nothing out of the ordinary. The question is...
You don't need to know any of those answers.
So in the paperwork, I request... Did you? I'm asking you.
I want an official document.
That's exactly why. That's exactly why I gave it to you. That's exactly what it is, an official document.
Okay. Well, the judge can tell me.
Okay. All right. So I will have to seek an adjournment after August.
Watch. The context here in a second is going to clear up why this is so incredible.
I want you to understand that you're spoiling the exchange.
Yep. Watch.
I want you to understand that ever since these exchanges have been happening, she is so super anxious and very attached. This has never been the case before. She's sleeping in my bed again.
Yo.
I can't leave the room without her being anxious.
Let me see something? Look at what you're doing. Look at what you're doing. This is what you're doing. This is not really appropriate. Like, you're hanging in my car, and this is not an exchange.
Okay, I'm so happy that he's documented this and that he pans over so that we can watch what she's doing with the child while she is instigating what should be a very easy conversation. But the bitter baby mama in her and the immaturity within her behavior is prioritized over the safety of this child. You are not supposed to be hanging in the car, coddling the child while attacking the father over absolutely nothing. This is well poisoning right here. This is signaling to the child that him, bad man, you should stay here with mommy, and you feel anxious because of this bad man in the front of the seat, whom of which you barely even know. By the way, the reason that he doesn't even know is because of her. She's the paternity fraudster. She said for 7 years that he wasn't the father of the child, and now is creating an environment that makes it odd or awkward for the child to truly build a bond with her father.
She's supposed to be doing. You understand?
Okay.
Thank you. You're not supposed to be cuddling her in my car. When you go to daycare...
Was that written in the document too? I'm not allowed to say goodbye to her when she's feeling anxious. She was literally crying before we got in the car.
Listen to me. I don't want to argue with you, okay? This is about Aurora and spending time with her, all right?
And look at you, bringing your whole other family with you.
I'm spending time.
Look, everything's a problem.
Every time she comes back, she's just like...
Megan.
Like, oh,
Megan, please.
I want to be alone.
Megan, please.
She tells me you don't feed her. Like, come on.
How can I not feed her? But I don't
The last 2 times she's come back saying she was starving, that she didn't eat.
I have her on video eating, so I don't know what you're talking about.
She said that you gave her fruit and a bag of chips.
That's not true. That's not the only thing I gave her. But when I asked the child, what is it that you want me to bring? She says, I want you to bring strawberries. I want you to bring pineapples. I want you to bring, hold on. Yes, and fruit. You're telling me fruit is not good for the
Real
I'm
food.
not saying like you're with her from 12 to 6. She needs.
Now, part 2, at least on Instagram, had a little virality associated with it. Let's just watch and I'll come back later.
Look at what you're doing. This is what you're doing. This is not really appropriate. Like, you're hanging in my car, and this is not an exchange that you're supposed to be doing. You understand?
Okay.
Thank you. You're not supposed to be cuddling her in my car. When you go to daycare.
Was that written in the document too? I'm not allowed to like say goodbye to her when she's feeling anxious.
Oh.
She was literally crying before we got in the car.
Listen to me. I don't want to argue with you, okay? This is about Aurora and spending time with her, all right?
And look at you, bringing your whole other family with you.
I'm spending time with her.
No, because every time she comes back, she's just like,
Megan,
oh,
Megan,
I
please.
want to be alone.
Megan, please.
She tells me you don't feed her. Like, come on.
How can I not feed her?
The last 2 times she's come back saying she was starving, that she didn't eat.
I have her on video eating, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You got to document
She
it.
gave her fruit and a bag of chips.
That's not true. That's not the only thing I gave her. But when I asked the child, what is it that you want me to bring? She says, I want you to bring strawberries. I want you to bring pineapples. I want you to bring. Hold on.
Adult,
Yes, and fruit. You're telling me fruit is not good for the.
I'm saying like you're with her from 12 to 6. She needs like a lunch and a dinner or something.
Okay. All right. I've been.
Like,
listen
she
to me.
eats
I have
breakfast
children
before
that
she
are 22 and 23 years
Okay,
old.
that doesn't make
All right.
you a great
All right.
dad.
Can you close the door, please, so we can go? She's fine. She's taken care of. Everything that she asked me for. You asked me for Nutella? Yes, there's Nutella in the bag. You asked me for Nutella sandwiches? There's strawberries in there. There's grapes in there. I don't just give her 2 pieces of fruit and walk away. I bring strawberries. I brought melons. I brought grapes. I brought watermelons. I brought cantaloupe. I brought pineapples. So you can't tell me that the food that I'm providing to her, which is what people have been eating since the beginning of time, is not sufficient for
I
her.
know, so she's coming home saying that she's starving.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, she's running around and jumping in the pool and playing in the park and swimming, and she's doing a lot. Of course she's hungry. If when I go bring her to the pool right now, and she says, I want to eat at 1 o'clock, and I want to eat at 2 o'clock, and I want to eat at 3 o'clock, the food is there, and she eats throughout the day. So then when she falls asleep on the way over here, and then, I mean, yeah, she's waking up hungry. And I communicated that to you. It's not that I don't feed her. I have 2 bags here with food in it. There's juice there for her. There's everything. There's Pringles here. There's Club chips. There's Club crackers. There's Cheez-Its. There's fruit. There's peanut butter and jelly. There's hot dogs at my parents' thing. I don't know what to tell you.
You're
I know how
explaining
take
to
care of a
somebody
child.
who's irrational.
All my children are healthy.
They can't rationalize irrational.
Good day, okay?
Ooh, shit. I'm not posting this to put her on blast. I'm posting this to seek advice from my peers. Is this how you're supposed to do an exchange with a child? Hanging in the car and coddling the child while you attack the father. This is the woman that has kept the child from me for 7 years, and this whole time said the child wasn't mine. Yet the moment she found out I was getting a settlement for my coworker's comp case because she worked at the doctor's office that I went to for my neck injury, she filed for child support and forged an affidavit of service to an address I didn't live at in order to get default judgment of paternity and support against me. Once my employer told me about the paperwork, I went and filed for 50-50 custody, and now she's mad that the child has been responding positively to our visits, and the court is looking to give me 50-50. It absolutely is not the correct way that she should be doing the exchange. She knows this, you know this, the courts know this, but the court doesn't care, and she doesn't care because she will receive no consequences for behaving like a petulant child. Within these cases, all you can do is record to retain the receipts that she is a bitter baby mother, well poisoner. She's upset that she can't retain full custody while trying to get child support as well as money from a compensation settlement from you. Now, he has additional receipts that we're going to go over here in a second, but this is why I continue to preach that DNA testing should be mandatory at birth. He now has the uphill battle of forming a relationship with a young girl who's already at least 6 years of age. That's already an uphill battle. But on top of that uphill battle, he only has access to her for a certain amount of hours every week. And on top of that, he has to deal with the illegitimate, crazy ass requesting or conversations, or irrational rather, from the mother of the child. Continue to document everything. And also, she's allowed to be irrational through our societal expectations, but you are not. At the point that you get irrational, it is way easier for her to cry wolf or to have a court injunction based off of the documentation of your emotions or your irrationality. As men, we must keep frame and keep stoic in the face of crazy. The more I do this content, the more I understand the importance of taking your private information off of these public websites. Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information, which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now.
So this is the day that the mom claimed that I didn't feed the child. We drove 45 minutes to have a picnic at this beautiful park. But this nice lady approached us and let us know that they was doing a back to school fundraiser with the church. They had this lady there who was painting faces for all the kids. We think she did a great job. Next thing you know, I turn around and these two are over here making slime. I don't know what I was thinking, because this was not the time nor the place to be doing this. Then again, this day was about having fun at the park. We ran around and climbed castles, rode bikes, went on zip lines, and even fed fish at the stream. But then it got to the point where we sat down to have lunch. And yes, I did bring a lot of fruit on this picnic because, I mean, that's what you do on a picnic. You don't bring raw meat to consume, nor do you bring, like cooked meat to not sit out in a refrigerator all day. But by any means, we went and had a picnic. And during this picnic, she started talking to me and letting me know what she was going to do later that day. And she got very upset and she started crying. I mean, full on tears. And I'm asking her, what's the problem? And she's upset that when I bring her back to her mother's house at 6 o'clock, that the mom is going to take her to her sister's boyfriend's parents' house in order for her to watch her overnight, so the mother and the sister can go out to the club and celebrate her sister's birthday. This is my issue. If you need someone to watch my daughter, just give my daughter to me.
Facts.
You don't need your sister's boyfriend's parents, or anyone else. Her father's right here, ready to take care of the baby. But anyway, we ended up taking a drive, going to a different park in another town, and I actually took her to a place where the mother had the baby shower at. So I was letting her know that she was here before she came into this world in her mother's belly. I know she's dealing with a lot of mixed emotions right now, and I'm being very sensitive towards that. But she did stop crying. She did warm up to the place and started running around and having fun. They started chasing me, her and her brother Noah. The jewels, they found jewels over here. We starting to have a car race. Like, we ended up turning the day around and not letting the day be so mopey because, she was upset. But, I mean, I'm here for the child. I'm here for all of my kids. And I don't want no man to walk away or turn their back on their kids. I don't care if I got 5 kids, 6 kids, 7 kids, 8 kids. I'm going to be there for every single one of them. And I ain't no weekend dad. And this is my point. Like, this woman held this child from me for 7 years. And then now she wants to say this child's mine. I'm stepping up to the plate. So, I mean, you can't get mad at a man for doing everything that he possibly can for the child. And when I'm asking the mother to step out of my car so I could go on with my day, this is who I am. This is what I do. I am a great father to all my children. I don't bring my kids to the park to sit on a bench and just stare at my phone. I'm 100% fully engaged with all my children. And the mom knows this, so there's no reason for her to be in my car cuddling our daughter for 10, 15 minutes before every visit. Like it's the end of the world for her to go spend time with her father. Right. Clearly, my daughter has no problem being with me, but the mom would prefer to send her everywhere else except to her father, and that's not cool.
Proof that he's feeding his daughter adequately. Proof that he's having a great time with his daughter. I mean, do you see the look on her face? Smiling from ear to ear, playing with the brother that essentially she's trying to get to know as well. This is all new from her. This is all a new situation, a new family, new people. But the mother is enabling this high intensity, aggressive, intimidating environment during the exchange. It's very similar to what we saw a couple of weeks ago with Brittany Renner and PJ Washington, how they talked about documenting every time that the child cries during the exchange. Meanwhile, Brittany Renner and her mama was running around like she-demon banshees, creating a poison-filled environment. No wonder a child is going to feel bad or cry because they cannot express their emotions in any other way. This is a paternity fraud nightmare case, a case of a man wanting to be a father, but the mother doing anything in her power to make it difficult. My guys, for all of the ladies out there that watch this content and you know that you have women within your ear or your ecosystem or your friend group that behave this way, why do you not hold them accountable? Why can't you just call it for what it is? Why do you continue to okay their bullshit? The comments that this man is receiving is absolutely crazy as well. We'll go into a couple of them in here in a quick second. But for all of my guys out there, this is why it's so important to you to wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up. Giving your seed away could sentence you to a lifetime of this type of drama. The courts will do no favors for you. They will not punish her for paternity fraud. The mother will get preferential treatment, especially in some states like Georgia, where paternity custody is just assigned to the mother unless she is married to that man. So she has the courts on her side and societal expectations on her side to effectively, inevitably, be a bad person with little to no consequences to face. But as your temperature rises, as she tries to poke and prod legally and as well as poke and prod through leveraging of a child as a plaything, as a pawn within your life to try to hurt you or try to destroy you, you again must practice stoicism and frame throughout these exchanges because she's waiting for you to slip up one time to utilize it as evidence against you. Keep your emotions in check and document absolutely everything.
What did you put in here? It tastes a little sweet. You put sugar in it? You did a great job making my coffee. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Can you cut it?
You want my coffee?
She wants you to cut it.
Oh, you want me to cut it?
Can you hear?
Yes, madam. We'll cut it right now. Hurry! 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 Before she turns crazy! Hurry! You must cut it fast before she gets red. You don't want to see how bad.
Shout out to all the fathers out there. I know it's tough, my guys. I know it's tough. Shit, I did that David Goggins video not too long ago, and you know, it had me thinking about the relationship of my father. And I know without my father within my life, within him pressing to be a major component within my life, I would not have been the same exact person that I am today by no stretch means of the imagination. All right. But I know the chips are stacked up against you. I know that you have to sift your way through just irrationality, just shit that just does not make sense. But you must persevere because they will remember. They will remember. Now, on to some of these comments, and I'm going back to part 2 because this is the one that sort of blew up on Instagram. So you got people outside of his normal algorithm commenting. Cherish Diva says, of course, you definitely want the ones with Diva in their damn Instagram name, right? But mom didn't attack him, though. She's giving her daughter affection before she says goodbye. She said she was crying before she got in, so she just wants to make her feel secure. I don't understand. Dad was the one who came with an attitude. Unbelievable. And look at you. You're bringing the whole other family with you. That alone says a lot. How does that say a lot? She denied he was the father for 7 years. He has an entire whole family. He cannot just drop his whole other family now that he has this new introduction that she denied him from for 7 years. So now he has to incorporate the daughter into the whole other family. What do you mean that alone says a lot? This shouldn't be a conversation in front of a child. When I asked the child, sir, that's your daughter. Seems to be a lot of comments that say the child. He may just need to switch his vernacular. I wonder if he says the child in reference to the son, but I'm going to give the man some time to acclimate to this off the back of paternity fraud. They're judging him, saying the child, yet no one seems to care that he is a victim of fraud, legit fraud. He has not had access to his child through no fault of his own. It's the women in the comments that are taking up for her. I think that it's appropriate, apropos, if you will, to stop on this comment right here, because this is an MTandR in training type of a comment. It, beyond the content itself, I try to at least show some components of women that actually can look at things logically and not lead with their terrible ass emotions. Anyway, let me stop and let me get off of this content right here. I don't know where else to go with this right here, but to be able to say and to utilize this content as a way for us to build, a way for us to grow, a way for us to calculate strategies going into the future to ensure that we're encroaching in the best components of our life possible, and that we're not doing things or making mistakes like giving our seed away willy-nilly to crazy chicks in the moment, enabling short-term gratification over the long-term drama or dredge or the black cloud that exists within these drama-filled relationships on the strake of someone crazy that you would never want to raise a child with, all things considered. All right, now I pass the content off to you guys. Let me know down in the comment section, do you guys see this situation the same way that I am? Did I miss anything? Just let me know, all right? We got to have a full conversation in regards to this situation because I know it impacts so many different couples and relationships in modern times today, but we got to continue on surfacing this content to create a birding platform for everybody to do better. All right. By the way, shout out to Aura for sponsoring this video again. It's like I said earlier, the more that I look at this, I'm just like, man, I got to get my private information off of these public sites, baby. It serves me no good besides lining the pockets of these people who do not care about me. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.
You is ratchet as they come, rainbow weaves and batwing lashes, weighing more than a man. What time is your football practice? I bet you can hit that A gift like a mug. How you big back and said a man must buy you gifts. Where here goes a Fitbit tracker. Are you mad? Cause you got 3 kids by 4 different dads. You pick cookies, then you bash. Oh man, when you get sad.